Hi friends, and welcome back for a brand new video. Today we are going to be choosing together the books I'm going to bring on vacation. After the very distressing events from last year, our family decided that we needed some time to rest and recover together. And so we decided to go on a vacation for the first time in years together as a family. And we picked out a destination, and it was Mallorca. Our parents gifted us this trip for Christmas, and it's basically founded with my grandfather's inheritance. Merci papy pour les vacances! So this vacation is going to be the occasion for us and for me to finally rest. I am going to do nothing all day. Well, we will be visiting a little bit, but I really want to go full lazy, full slug, full whatever it is that you can use to describe someone who is laying on the floor, taking the sun in, the thing I haven't seen in months. I just want that. And I am going to get that. Of course, just laying around isn't a good thing for me. I need to be distracted, I need to be entertained, and of course I'm going to read. That's why we're going to pick books for this vacation. So regarding the books I want to pick, we have several restrictions, because if I were to pick just any book and any quantity, we might have issues here. For instance, I felt almost ready for a day of fall and night, but I'm pretty sure if I show up at the airport with this, the flight attendants might consider it a weapon. I mean, have you seen the size of that thing? I am certain a general attorney can consider it a weapon in France. I mean, you throw this at someone's head, it's the equivalent of a brick. Now, as you guessed it, I'm going to pick small books and a limited quantity of books, because regarding the quantity, I don't want to bite more than I can chew, and I think I'm going to pick only 3 books for this vacation. And of course, regarding the size, I will prioritize smaller books, such as these ones, because, well, they have to fit in the backpack. Now, I have one book on hold, and this is He Who Drowned the World by Shelley Parker-Chan. I am currently reading it, as you can see. I'm on page 150, if I recall correctly, and I'm loving it, of course. This is a really great book, and I've started it before I started packing for the holidays, doing things like that. And I haven't been able to read a lot during these past few weeks because I got sick, and then I had to recover from being sick. So yeah, it was difficult, but at the same time, I don't know if it will fit. Well, it will fit in my backpack, but it's a hardcover with a dust jacket, and I'm afraid of damaging the dust jacket. And at the same time, I hate reading several books at the same time. It's just not my thing. I have to read one book at a time, but I don't feel like I have much of a choice unless I take the risk of maybe damaging it. So this one is on hold. I'm pondering over this one. And now, regarding the smaller books that I have, you can see I have a large array of small books, but here's the thing. I do not want to reread a book I've already read. During those holidays, I really want to read new books, I want something fresh, something that my brain will be able to fully enjoy without knowing what happens. Even though rereading a book is always a magical experience, I feel like getting something new. So with this new rule, I actually have a very limited selection of books that I can pick out from, because I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books I haven't read, and the 5th one is actually the 3rd volume from The Hunger Games, and for some reason I firmly believed this was the 2nd volume. Just to me it was blue and it wasn't red, but it's actually red, and it's the 3rd volume and not the 2nd one. I will not be reading it yet. I want to pick out the 2nd book first, so I actually have 4 books to pick from. So regarding the selection, we have Fallout Huntsman by Chloe Gong. I'm going to show it to you. Lovely cover, quite tall book, and thick. Next in line, we have a book from St. Martin's Press that I will not be mentioning and probably be hiding if I can make it. I am terrible at editing images like that, so you might have it in plain sight. I'm sorry in advance if it's the case, but I will not be mentioning it because we are boycotting. Speak up, St. Martin's Press. Stop being cowards. Next, we have Godslayers by Zoe and Amikuta, a paperback as well, and the cover is stunning. I mean, the colors? They're so vibrant, I love it. And it is in smaller size, so good point for this one. And finally, we have Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Sulin Tan. It's a much smaller book, so I think this will be the first one I'm going to pick, because, well, regarding the others, it is the smallest, and it's a Shanghai retelling, and I'm kinda into Chinese folklore, you know, Chinese culture, so I think this is our first pick. Since I will be displaying what I'm reading during this reading vlog, vacation vlog, because I want to film my reading, but at the same time I don't want to just film me reading. I also want to show you the place, what I'm going to be visiting, me vibing, I don't know, whatever it is that I'm going to do on vacation. So it will be mainly reading, but not just that. We entertain the masses, we adapt, we improvise, we overcome, we evolve. Why do I feel like I'm Bear Grylls in this one? So yeah, as I said, I will be displaying my reads, the books I'm going to be reading. So I will not be picking up the St. Martin's Press one, even though I want it so badly. But I don't want to display it like that, you know? We are, well, you boycott if you want, but I am supposed to be boycotting. I really want to boycott, and that's why I do not want to give more exposure to this book, even though the author is not responsible for that. So it leaves us two choices: Foul Heart Huntsman by Chloe Gong and Godslayers by Anna Mikuta. And I'm hesitating. Both of those books are series endings, and I don't know, because Gearbreakers I enjoyed. It was a nice book, but I wasn't as invested as I was in Foul Lady Fortune, and I don't know which one I want to read more. At the same time, Godslayers is calling my name. I mean, it's smaller, pretty cover, and the story was very interesting. I want to know what happens next, but Foul Heart Huntsman, I don't know. People said it was disappointing, and not disappointing, but there were mixed feelings, and I don't want to be disappointed during my holidays, so. Godslayers it is. I'm still pondering regarding He Would Round the World, but we'll have our two choices: Godslayers by Zoe Hanamikuta and Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Sulin Tan. Now that I've picked my books, I can actually start packing my suitcase, because I haven't done that, and I'm leaving tomorrow. Literally tomorrow. So I guess we're going to be seeing each other at the airport next. Well, see you tomorrow. We are at the airport. I'm very excited, and yet I can't stop thinking about my cat. My best friend is going to take care of him, but I already miss him. Hey guys, post-flight Nolwenn here. It's midnight here in Santa Margarida, where our hotel is. It's like 1 hour away from Palma, where we landed. and I am completely wasted. We were supposed to be arriving late in the evening, it was planned, but since our flight was slightly delayed, it's even later, and now the only thing I can think of is just going to bed. I've already washed my skin, taken my meds, I'm already in my PJs as you can see, and yeah, I just can't wait to do that. But I wanted to go back a little bit regarding the flight, because the last time I boarded a plane, it was around 13 years ago, and I had completely forgotten how magical of an experience it is. Like being above the clouds when the sky is blue, it was absolutely stunning. It was so magnificent, and even seeing the ocean so vast, seeing the mountains, you know, just slightly like this, it was stunning, really. So I focused like for half of the flight on the outside world because it was just so beautiful, and even every little sensation that we had, like when it was shaking a little bit or when we were drifting away, it was so much fun. I really missed out on a lot for those past 13 years. Now, as you've seen it, I haven't picked up He Who Drowned the World. I decided to leave it at home and, you know, keep it as a little treat, because once this vacation is over, I'm going to be heavily depressed, like having to go back to work after spending an entire week in paradise where I won't be doing anything, just sunshine, laying around, getting a massage. I am 100% getting a massage. As I was saying, I didn't take with me He Who Drowned the World, and I instead decided to start Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I've read around 50 pages during this flight, and so far, I don't really know what to think about this. I mean, this book, the way it's written, it's a bit, how do I put it? My brain is foggy, I'm very exhausted, but the writing style is peculiar, to say the least, and the pacing is, well, it goes very fast. I mean, it's supposed to, at least the very beginning, to take place in the span of several months, and sometimes those several months will just go by just one line. And I don't know if it's just the writing style, if it's something I'm just not used to, but so far, and even the writing is very, very poetic, but it feels almost forced. And I don't know if it's just the writing style, if it's supposed to be like this regarding the period of time. Well, I suppose it is ancient China, so I don't know if it's supposed to be like this, but it doesn't mean that I dislike it. It's just a bit disturbing, but not really in a bad way. So far the story is still very interesting, and yeah, I just don't really sympathize with the main character yet, but I am willing to give it some time. I mean, sometimes you just need to get to know each other, take it slowly, and I'm an easy reader. I'm not a very difficult public, so I am going to give this a chance, and so far I have no reason to give up on this book, so this will be my read for the next few days. Tomorrow we're going to be doing nothing. We're going to be resting, so I'll be tackling this baby tomorrow, and I'll go back to you for the rest of my reading. As you can hear and as you've realized, I am wasted, guys. So I am going to go to bed, and I don't know if I've said it already. I really am tired, but tomorrow I'll give you a room tour. It's really nice. The hotel is really nice, and I bet it's going to be even better in broad light. So see you tomorrow. Good night. To breakfast. Okay, so I freshened up a little bit, took a shower, got dressed and everything, and we are going to go outside with my parents because, as you can see, the sun is shining. But before that, we're long overdue a room tour. So first we've got the entranceway, the part where I put my card, because if you don't put it, you don't get to have electricity in the room. So it's important to put it here. We used to have a room like that when we went to, I think it was the Black Pig concert, and we didn't get before that it was supposed to be there, you know, the same system. And we didn't have electricity before the concert. It was only after that we found out we had to put the card. So in case you ever get into a hotel that's like this, check out if they have those sorts of things where you put the card inside. And next we have, well, wardrobes. They're quite spacious, but I haven't put my stuff in here yet. Ooh, oh, they've got a blanket. I'm going to use this because the blankets that they gave us are very thin, and for once I am quite cold. Despite, well, my treatment, because with my antidepressants, since I increased the dosage, I am hot as hell. And I'm not talking about how beautiful I am. No, it's just, this girl is sweating as fuck. So yeah, that's the wardrobes, nothing extraordinary. And next we have the bathroom. Turning on the lights would be much better. So there is my stuff. I am still messy as ever. Here I am, looking cool. And well, we've got the toilets and we've got a bathtub. So I asked my sister, because she couldn't come with us right away. She unfortunately has to come on Wednesday. I asked her to bring us some bath bombs on her way. And I am taking a bath because I don't have a bathtub in my apartment and I want to be able to take a bath. So yeah, but you can also take a shower. Once again, here I am. And it's pretty cool. In the main room, we have a TV. They only have like 2 French channels. The others are in Spanish, but well, we have some sort of, I can't remember how it's called. Well, my brain isn't functioning properly, so it doesn't matter. I'm on holiday mode, I just shut down my brain. We have a desk, chair, and we've got the double beds. Yeah, the maid basically came and did the beds because I absolutely destroyed those when I slept last night. But yeah, they're supposed to be separate beds, so we can push them aside, but we can't. We don't really have the space for that. But my sister and I are going to be sharing this, and we have a mirror. This is where I started. Hey, again. Some paintings, and finally we have a balcony, and man oh man do I have to show you this view. Let me just open it up because I have one hand. There we go. And now look at that view. This is the sea. Okay, Annie. Oh, Gideon is going to be so jealous. Oh. just got back from the swimming pool. As you can see, my hair is it's here. It has the merit of being here, but yeah, I tied it up with a sort of ribbon. I mean, it's a hairband, but it does the effect of a ribbon. It's cute. But given the view that I have right now in front of me, I think I'm going to spend more time reading on my balcony. Even by night, the city is so pretty. The view is incredible. And I read more of Daughter of the Moon Goddess, and my opinion hasn't changed much from yesterday. I've realized that, well, I've read around 60 pages more today. I'm still not very attached to the main character. It feels like she has no personality, if you know what I mean. The story, well, the pace has gotten better, even though some events, it really felt like it was very rushed. And you don't have time to actually settle down and think, okay, she's in this situation, it sucks, or it's good, or the situation is dire. No, it's quite predictable actually, which isn't a good thing. And the way she's written, well, not the way she's written, but the way she talks and talks about the events that are occurring to her, maybe it's the writing style, but so far I'm not very convinced. However, we have reached the point where they start talking about the magic system, and this seems very interesting, and there are some elements which are very intriguing. So it's not a loss for me, but I expected more from this book. I've heard so many good reviews, and I've also read bad reviews, but usually I'm a good public, and as long as it's not the whole world saying it fucking sucks, well, I only enjoy it. But yeah, at least it's an easy read. It's a very easy read, and it's great for what I'm doing, aka trying to not fucking roast, like not turn into those not turkeys, those chickens, you know, the roasted chickens which turn around like this in a skewer. You know what I mean? In a barbecue, this sort of barbecue, they're being roasted. Well, anyway, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm page 106 if I recall correctly, and yeah, I mean, the writing style is nice. I don't have much to say. This won't be the read of the year, that's for sure, but yeah. It's just the holidays, the cover is pretty, it's easy to read, at least my mind isn't drifting away thinking about the impending doom or whatever, so it's good. In any case, I'm going to be reading a bit more before actually going to sleep, and then I won't last long. I think I'm going to read about 20 to 30 pages before falling asleep, because I really am wasted. We need to get well rested for tomorrow. Also, I miss my cat. I've realized I slept alone last night, and I miss my cat so bad. Really, I think this is the huge downside of those holidays. It's just I can't go back home and kiss my cat and sleep with him. I am so used to sleeping with my cat. Gideon sleeps every single night with me. When he's not in my bed, I worry. I'm like, this isn't normal. This isn't what I'm used to. What are you doing? Why are you sleeping? Are you cheating on me? Well, he can't. There is no way he could get access to the neighbors, but yeah, it just feels so weird. That's the only thing I'm waiting for when I go back home. Just going back to him, my baby boy. Anyway, back to reading Daughter of the Moon Goddess. sais pas. Hey, late night Nolwenn here. So I ended up reading nothing at all today. I spent the majority of the drive around basically staring at the sights because, well, Mallorca is beautiful. Like, this is stunning, especially the north with the mountains. This is absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I spent my time just watching and admiring the environment. And whenever I was not admiring, I was dozing off. I was a bit exhausted, and I still am. But yeah, that was a beautiful visit. We picked up my sister at the airport around 7:30 p.m. And now, well, we're back at the hotel and we just ate and we're going to go to bed soon. Also, I think my face is red. Yeah, it kind of is. It was very sunny and very hot, and despite wearing SPF, my skin was not ready. So yeah, I think I'll look like a tomato for a few days. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to head to bed, and hopefully tomorrow will be a better day for reading. We're gonna rest tomorrow anyway. Bye!
Good morning. I have the smallest eyes in the world. My meds, they hit hard. Even my voice, damn, I think I caught a cold. Wow. Yeah, a shower will be needed. And some good food too.
Okay, now that I've showered, I finally am wide awake, so today is going to be a very chill day. Beach day, basically, so hopefully I'll be able to make some progress in this one. Yeah, the plot did thicken, so I'm still interested, you know. I think back about what I said. I still mean it, but it doesn't mean I'm not having a cool time with it. I'm not going to say a great time because the word is not appropriate, but I'm having a good time anyway.
C'est quoi ça?
On dirait du mulet un peu.
Ah, c'est du gros mulet. Ah, je sais pas d'abord. Ah, dans le corps.
Ça va. Ouais, c'est du mulet ça. Voilà, dans là-dessus.
We came back from the beach this morning and we are going to the swimming pool this afternoon. But first, I got myself a reservation for a massage. I wanted this for so long, and since I saw this on the website that they had massages, we have to pay extra for it, but I don't care. I said, I am not going back home until I've got my massage. And I'm getting one tomorrow at 6 p.m, so I can't wait. The champy one is what I'm getting. Boy. So I didn't vlog last night because I was exhausted and we were basically taking care of our sunburns because yeah, your girl is red as a tomato, even though we had sunscreen, but it happens. Nevertheless, I actually read a lot more of Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I think I'm 206 pages in, and it has gotten a lot better. The character feels much less bland, and the pacing is far better. So I am enjoying this far more right now, and I'll be continuing. So I'm glad I persevered in this one, because yeah, the beginning, meh, but now it's interesting. I want to see where this goes. Apart from that, we are going to be headed to the market today in Cannes-Picafort because it's market day. So we're going to see if they have clothes, artisanal goods, etc, etc. We're going to be visiting, and it's near the sea, so it's really cool. Now we are on our way to an activity which is quite unusual. We're going to get our feet eaten by fish.
Huh?
You know those ponds where the fish eat the dead cell skins? Well, we kind of wanted to do that, to have fun. Just try it out once. Yeah, it's fine. I spent an afternoon reading at the swimming pool, basically hiding in the shade because I didn't want to worsen my sunburns, and I have gotten a lot better. And now I'm going to get a massage. I can't wait! Yes, even with the sunburns, but they're going to be great, and honestly they have really gotten better and it doesn't hurt as much anymore. This is the face of someone who feels reborn. That message gave me at least 10 extra years of lifespan. Oh, I really needed this. Oh, that feels so good for real. He massaged my head, my neck and my shoulders, and my face a little bit too, and my arms. Oh, that was so good. Is this how rich people feel? They do this all the time. No wonder they feel great. God, I love this. It was amazing. Today we're gonna be visiting Porto Cristo, if I'm correct. Yes. And there will be some caves that we're going to be visiting as well, and of course the beaches. Yeah, my sunburns are getting better, but I'll have to be careful nonetheless, and I'll be able to read. But read.
termine, qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Monsieur le monde dit ça, il dit ça. Oh, pardon,
Ça fait pas envie?
ah, non, c'est déjà bon.
But one of them's getting married, so I think.
Ya, bueno, ya grabado. Ya.
On a envie de se baigner tellement elle est claire.
Ouais.
Keep turning off light when I went to these places.
Le mec il est balèze, il va mettre.
So today is Sunday, our last day here in Mallorca. So we are going to be chilling basically. Yesterday we were going to the beach, we went to see the Caves of Drac, it was amazing. And I thought I was going to read, but not that much. I was actually like Wednesday, I was busy watching the countryside, the sights, etc. It was really beautiful. And at the end of the day, I was exhausted. I didn't remember it like that, but yeah, the air of the sea, it drains my energy. But today, since this is going to be a very chill day, I'm going to read as much as I can of Daughter of the Moon Goddess. Hopefully I get to make another dent in this book, because yeah, it really has gotten a lot more interesting. So I take back everything that I said earlier in this week, obviously. And yeah, I would like to finish this book before I return to France, but I'm not very optimistic. We'll see how it goes. But nonetheless, I'm still happy with how I read this week. So this is great. You know, I'm very glad about this holiday. I mean, I really needed this. It feels like a reset to me, and I did it this time, but I really miss my cat. God, I can't wait to be with Gideon again. My bestie sends me pictures of him every day, but man, I miss my little boy, my son. Yeah, can't wait to get him back. But I can't wait to go back to work. No, fuck that. And that's how you deal with vacation ending depression. Well, today we're saying goodbye to Mallorca. We're going back to France this afternoon.
I
try not to kill myself.
We have 2 hours of bus ahead of us, so I'm going to be keeping on reading Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I'm going to miss this view like crazy. Thank God it isn't as good looking regarding the weather as it was yesterday. And right when I say that, sunshine. It's the universe telling me to fuck off. Bye, room. I'll miss you. And your incredible view. Bébé d'amour? Bébé d'amour, bébé d'amour? Mon petit chat! Oui, bébé chéri, viens voir maman. Viens voir maman, mon petit cœur. Oui, mon amour, je suis rentrée. Oh man, he's giving me the cold shoulder. I guess I deserve it. Oh, oh, baby. Come here, my love. Come here. Say hi to mama. Oh, baby. Oh. And welcome back to France, where for once it's actually quite sunny outside. As you guessed it, my time in Mallorca is over, and although I already miss it, well, I get to cherish the memories that I made there, because everything was so magical during those holidays. But the end of those holidays mean that not only I came back home to my cat, to my baby Gideon, but also means I can finally do a little reading recap of those holidays. As a reminder, I brought with me 2 books for those holidays, Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Sulin Tan and God Slayers by Zoe Hanami-Kuta. And this recap is going to be quite short, because I only ended up reading almost one entire book, and it was Daughter of the Moon Goddess, as you could see during the vlog. I'm saying I almost finished this book because I was around 85% when I came back home, which was a very good chunk, so I'm really proud of myself for that. Like, I could have chosen not to read and simply rot in the sunbed and wait until I got so tan I could have gotten skin cancer, but no, I decided to read and it felt really good. I didn't feel rushed or anything, just going with the flow, going with the vibe. Those were wonderful holidays. I finished Daughter of the Moon Goddess when I came back home, and I can finally give you my full review about it. And well, this book was off to a rocky start because at first I did not like the main character at all. She felt very bland, emotionless, and I just couldn't get attached to her. Even her relationships with other characters, there was no chemistry. It was so unnatural, and I did not like that. And the pacing did nothing to help it, because a few things that happened in the span of a few days, then a few months, then a few years, it all happened so fast, I barely had time to just grasp what was going on and feel anything. So at first, I did not like this book, and I almost considered abandoning it, but then I thought, if people enjoyed this, there must be a reason. Like, if it's bad, like this bad, all book long, then people wouldn't be enjoying this. Or so I think. I hope. So I persevered, and around 150 pages, if I recall correctly, it got 1,000 times better. I don't know how to explain it, but something just clicked. Like, the pacing became perfect, the plot thickened in a good way, and even the relationships between the characters, it was natural, there was chemistry, and even the main character, I started appreciating her and feeling for her regarding her situation. So I do not know how to explain this, but yeah, it basically magically got better, and I really loved what I was reading after that. And it just got better and better and better until the end, because even the ending, like, it prepares for the second volume, but it's a good ending. It was well written, and even the relationships between all the characters, everything made sense, and yeah, it was a good book. Terrible beginning, but the rest? Amazing. You see this meme where you have like a perfectly drawn horse and then the very end of the horse is just some weird sketch that a 4-year-old could make? Well, that's the same thing. You change the ending with the head of the horse, and that's this book. I don't get what happened. It's a good surprise, I guess. Also, I was pleasantly surprised because there is a love triangle in this book, and usually I hate those. I do not like when it's a girl who is like, I don't know who to choose between this boy and this boy, because it's usually a heterosexual couple. She's like, oh, I don't know who to pick, I have options, but I don't know. And I hate this. And in this situation, in this case, there were explanations, there was a context which explained why there was this sort of love triangle. The reactions the main character had, they made sense, and the way it was written, I actually loved this because I wanted her to be with both characters because they both had good reasons to be with her, and they would have been both very good to her, but there were plot reasons why they couldn't be with her. And yeah, for once, I actually enjoyed this love triangle. Even with the ending, I still like it. Overall, if I were to rate this book, I'd say 4 out of 5 stars, because really the beginning, it was hard to get through. But after that, smooth as a boat sailing across the sea. It was amazing. Like, after that, I was really hooked, and now I'm on the lookout for Heart of the Sun Warrior. I might be able to get a copy very soon, because yeah, the ending is good, and everything has been set up for the second volume, and it made me genuinely very curious. So yeah, a perfect read for my holidays, because while I had to power through the beginning, the rest of the book, perfect. The characters were nice, I liked the plot, some parts were predictable, but other plot twists I did not see coming. And it was good because my brain needed to be stimulated, but not too much. It also needed to rest, so perfect reading holiday book. My brain ceased to function, it left the chat. While we're at it, because I ended up finishing Daughter of the Moon Goddess at home, I recently also finished reading He Who Drowned the World by Shirley Parker Chan. And oh my god, this book was incredible. I had read around 150 pages, I think, when I left for the holidays, and when I came back, I took a bit of time before diving back into this book, and when I did, I just powered through, like, until the end. It was incredible. I was already hooked with what the first volume proposed to us in terms of story, world building, characters. There were some characters you just loved to hate. They were so well written, you just didn't straight up hate them. No. You enjoyed every interaction, every moment they came, I was going to say on screen, but no, on page, to be more precise. And this second volume was 100 times better than the first one. And I'm not saying the first one was bad. No, it was really good. But this second volume, this bad boy right here, God, it was incredible. I was going to say I didn't think I could love a second volume this much more, but then I'm thinking about Harrow the Ninth in the Locktomb series, and I'm taking back that thought, because I'm not actually saying it anymore. Well, I've said it as an example, but you get the gist. This second volume is a lot more violent than the first one. I would suggest heavily that you read the trigger warnings. I did not. That was on me. And there was one scene where I didn't feel very good, because it was a scene of domestic violence and sexual violence. It was short, and it was well written, so it was only very uncomfortable for 1 or 2 pages, not much more. And after that, it was well, like there were no flashbacks, anything like that. Well, there were references to it, but nothing graphic. So yeah, I should have been prepared. That's fully on me, but please check out the trigger warnings. And I know it's also a risk, because when you buy the first volume of a series, while the rest isn't out yet, you can't predict the trigger warnings that are going to come. I knew in this case it could happen, but since the first volume didn't show anything like that, I thought, okay, maybe we're safe for the second volume. And honestly, it was just one scene. It was just once where it happened. So it's okay. It's really, it's well written. When I say that, I mean that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to continue this book. But yeah, I should have prepared myself. And still, I loved it so much. Not the scene. Let's be clear, not the scene, the book. I'm talking about the book. So yeah, the second volume, far more violent in all the meanings of the term, so be careful. Please check out the trigger warnings, but still, amazing. Mind-blowing. The only regret that I have is that we don't get to see much, well, we barely see anything of the aftermath of the ending. And this is something I personally would have loved to see, but still the ending, incredible. Incredible. I might repeat myself, but She Who Became the Sun and He Who Drowned the World and The Priory of the Orange Tree, they are everything Game of Thrones should have been. The Priory of the Orange Tree is much less violent than He Who Drowned the World / She Who Became the Sun, but still, it's high fantasy, it is proper. When there is something shocking, it's not just for shock value, it makes sense. There is a reason it exists, and it's just wonderful, because Game of Thrones, I hated it because mainly women in this series, well, they were going through sexual violence, and it wasn't just for the plot. For some of them, it was to make them grow stronger, which I do not like. But here, in those books, violence in general, there is a purpose, and it's not for shock value. It's not just to make the reader horrified. No, it's to make the story progress, to make you understand the world building better. But yeah, that's how you see the difference between a book written by a man and a book written by a woman / non-binary person, which is the case for Shelley Parker Chan, and a woman for Samantha Shannon. I do not have an opinion yet on A Day of Fallen Night because I need to recover more brain cells, but it's coming soon. It is coming soon, and I cannot wait. So with that, I think we're done for our little reading recap for the holidays / back home. I really wanted to mention He Who Drowned the World because chef's kiss. Really, just read this series, check the trigger warnings, and then read this series if you can. So this concludes this reading vlog / holiday vlog. I hope you enjoyed this type of content, seeing both reading, having a bit of recaps at the end of each day, even though it didn't happen every day, and having this recap at the very end of the video. Yeah, I wanted to mix things up, you know. As I said at the beginning, I wanted to entertain the masses, so I want to give everyone something they can enjoy. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, share with a friend, and most importantly, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And take care, and I'll be seeing you around. Bye!